key in martial arts. Remember, what is martial arts? It's a object moving against another object. So what is the study of physics? It is the study of motion and matter. So that's bodies in motion, and that's matter, and how they interact and how they work together. And so in our system, what we do is take you away from center, so you're half the man, and we fight half the man. We come back to center. So we combine our muscle groupings through positioning so that we're always the strongest we can be. And we always take the person off of center through positioning. Now that goes for kickboxing, or Thai boxing, or boxing, or grappling, takedowns, or judo, throws, or jiu-jitsu on the ground. If you take a person away from their ability to combine muscle groups, you're fighting half the person. Now you can use leverage, which is what? A simple machine that lifts a lot of weight with a minimal amount of force. And while you're using the leverage, you can use focused thrusting force, which is putting a huge amount of force on a bony area, causing an extreme amount of pain to your opponent, so that your opponent moves away from the pain. And as they move away from the pain, they always leave something behind, an arm or a leg or a neck. So you're using a system that allows you to take them from center, make them weak, put an opposite opposing force on them, which is a submission. Remember, all submissions have to have an opposite and an opposing force. Come here for a second. If I grabbed his arm here, and let's turn this right here, like this, and I push this arm down and I push this up, that's opposite opposing, and that's an arm bar, right? Okay, now I can do that arm bar from any kind of position and any kind of weird-ass position that we wind up in. If I took his wrist here and I pulled it this way, the counter force is that way and there's a wrist lock. You see that? If I took and I pushed my body this way and took it this way, there's a shoulder lock to you can go to an arm bar, a choke. A choke is a force going in one direction, an opposing force going the opposite direction. There's your choke. In a guillotine, it's a choke. I'm not going to lift this, I'm going to just drop my weight. Here's my force, my opposing force is there. Taps right out, he's going to choke out. So I'm using opposite and opposing forces to make a submission. Well, how does that come into play? I may be rolling around with somebody and find myself in a precarious position, and a submission may be looking at me. Right? I can find a submission if I understand about coming to center, which is combining muscle groups. And once I came to center, I see a joint, and I can lock out the joint and put an opposing force the opposite way, and boom, I've got a submission in a weird position. All right? Now, we're going to work on a simple reality-type takedown. Sean, come here. All right, so Sean and I, we're cage fighters. We're here, we're fighting fans. And we do this, and we tie up, and now we're tied up. We're tied up, right? How many times do you see this in MMA? And then they're throwing knees, and they're doing things like this, and they're throwing knees. Well, all I'm going to do is I'm going to turn, and I'm going to drop, bam, and I come up. And now I got an arm bar there. Now he gave me a wrist lock also. He gave me an arm bar and a wrist lock. I'm in a side mount position, and I got a virtual cornucopia of submissions from here. All right? Now let's look at what we're doing here, because I want you guys to understand the concept. So the concept, if you understand the principles and the concept, you grow. If it's a move, and then another move, and another move, and another move, and it's all over the place. But if you understand the principle and concept, you grow. Got it? So, we tied up. Now, notice this hand is up. This hand's not here. If this hand was here, he would feel my direction. All right? Because I'm touching him. I'm anchoring a position, he feels direction. If it's here, this is called a wakari, is the separation, right? In Japanese. So if I'm here, and he has a good solid base, and I just do this, and I take him right down, I go right into an arm bar there, or I can go into a triangle there, I can go into a crank, and go into a lot of things. What I do, by putting my arm here, I use centrifugal force, driving him down, he's off center, put body weight, not hand, not bicep, body weight, drive a couple of knees into him, all right? I want to get an arm bar from here, right? And I know you guys love this arm bar. Everybody loves this arm bar. I back step here. Boom, there it is. Got it? So it's always fun to play with new toys. And this is a new toy. This is off an underhook. Never put your hand here on an underhook. You know? We as people want to control. We want to grab something, and I don't hold on to it, I got it, you know? Well, if I grab against him, now we're both strong, and what do we do to each other?
Cancel out.
We cancel out each other, we negate each other. So I'm going to be loose like a long-legged goose. Boom, come here and I lock them out. All right? I can extend here, knee in there. By extending here, I pull that arm out of position, I can get that knee in there. You see that? If I got it down here, you can bring that hand in and he can block that knee. But I slide it up and I bring it up like that. And now he can't block that knee. I can turn around, I can bring him down, punch him a couple times. If I got my suit on, I'm not going to go down on the ground with him and wrestle with him, am I? In reality, fighting, I'm not going to go. You got a nice suit on, right? I don't want to do that. I want to take him down, use the necessary force to effect control, put him into submission, and verbally direct him. This hand goes up, circle back, boom, that's centrifugal force. Got it? All centrifugal force. No weights, no muscle, body weight. Look at how strong body weight is. That's body weight. Got it? But I'm taking away his ability to come to center. He's at center right now, right? If I use centrifugal force, boom, he's off center. I can throw it on knees, right? Now, circle back, push his head in between your legs. Sit down. Bone in. Don't grab. Bone in. Verbally direct. Listen, I'm gonna break your freaking arm if you don't cool it. You gonna cool it?
Yes, sir.
You promise?
Yes, sir.
All right. You might think that's funny, but if I came up to you like this, I'm gonna kick your ass! You wouldn't be as intimidated if I came up to you and said, I'm gonna break your front arm if you don't cool it, and walked away. What's scarier to you? I'm gonna break your fucking arm if you don't cool it. Who's scarier? When you verbally direct someone, you don't want to be, I'm gonna hit you, I know karate kempo. You don't say that. You say, look, if you play anymore, I'm gonna break your arm. Now they see confidence, they see strength, and now they're really thinking, man, this guy must know his shit. Right? So that's the way you verbally direct. Don't yell, okay? Doesn't do any good. Cool, calm, quiet, swift, silent, and deadly. That's what you want to be. We're going to work this underhook. Arm straight up. Centrifugal force. That means this is the center of the universe right here. And as this circles around, I use centrifugal force. Now, if I want to use centrifugal force when I'm fighting with somebody, I'm in here, boom, got my underhook, circle back, boom. You see how that gets him going? See how that gets him off center? Did I use strength? No. I didn't use strength, I use centrifugal force. Now I use a fulcrum and lever. That brings that arm out of position so you can't do what? Can't block my knee strike. Right, so bam, I drive that knee strike. I drive that knee strike. Anybody ever take a knee to the chest?
Yeah.
Yes.
How many can you take? One good one. Maybe if you're lucky, you could handle a good one. You know. Knees, they are terrible, they hurt like crazy. All right, so and look at the position he's in. Even if he puts his hand there and I block through it, or I throw through his hand, he's gonna be in pain. Got it? So, say after I do this, I throw this knee, bam, you want another one? I'm gonna break your rib. Are you gonna cool it?
Drink a black.
Are you gonna cool it?
Absolutely.
All right, now watch how I get rid of him. Why? Why did I do it like that?
Create distance.
I create distance, I turn him away from center. The only way he can come back is into my right hand, bam, or my right leg kick. Got it? So if I'm in a fight, and I go like this, and I go, and I let him go, I can get right into his right hand, right? So I'm gonna turn him from center. So I'm here like this, and I got it like this. I'm gonna turn him from center. If he comes back at me, my hands are up, I'm ready to throw that leg kick, take him out. Understand that? Now, so what we're learning today is we're going to use an underhook, centrifugal force, body weight, okay? More centrifugal force, let's look at the more centrifugal force. So here, centrifugal force, body weight, more centrifugal force, and opposite and opposing force. Got it? And verbal direction. You're going to cool it, I'm going to break your arm. Nice and quiet. What happens when people hear shouting? They all want to see what's going on. They hear gunfire. They want to see what's going on. You're at your grandma's house. Your uncle's drank too much. And you gotta, yeah, your karate shit ain't gonna work on me. I beat your ass when I was a kid, and I'll still beat your ass. You gotta use the necessary force to effect control on your uncle. And you can't be yelling and screaming because you'll give grandma a heart attack. So you take him out and go, you put him in a position, arm bar, whatever, and you go, you better cool it, I'm gonna break your arm, Uncle. And then you reapply 100%. So he really knows your business is for real. And then you let him go. And you bring him up. Same kind of way. Hands up. Look, I don't want no trouble. But I'm already ready to tap, block, and throw a kick. Got it? Can we get all of that done today?
Yes.
I think we can. So let's get a partner and get another hook.
Yes.